There's a big dent right here. Somebody either stepped on it, right there, or put something heavy on it or whatever. And I saved that to work it out with you guys. I'm going to show you, or try and show you, how far off or how far out of round that is. It can be tricky at times, even with your naked eye, to see things out of shape. From your side, can you guys see that little gap? I'm going to go around over there. Yeah, you can see it. When I arch it with the curvature of the hood, it actually grows a bit more. So we're about 1/8 of an inch down in the center. Whatever hit this, hit it in the center. The center didn't stretch. It was the surrounding metal that stretched. So we have to shrink that surrounding metal and the center will come up. It sounds weird, but it works. Bring it up, I can lift the hood, take a hammer and swing it from the underside and, just drive it up. But that's really not the way to do it. What I'm going to do is block this hood up, reach in with a dolly, and with a hammer, work the outside perimeter. And that will very carefully, very slowly shrink that material and allow the center to come up. We're basically pushing the metal into itself again. I'm going to hit it with some sandpaper, a sanding block, just to show you guys where it sits. And then as we work it, we're going to keep sanding it until all the black disappears. Okay, that tells me everything right there. You can really see the dent now. This area right here, it's really low. There's a huge crease right here on this main radius. And that's where a lot of the trouble lies. So we're going to work just that area without really touching the surrounding metal just yet. That'll be the final kind of detailing. But our main concern is right here, to get rid of this crease, because that's not a good thing. We can fill that with Bondo, but then we'll have a crease here, which will mess up this radius along the side of the hood. So we have to bring that down. Now you might notice also that I've got these scratches going in one direction. As I'm working the panel, I'm going to switch directions and cross them. And that way I'll be able to see the progression of my repair as the panel is being, brought back to its original curvature. I'll keep crisscrossing. And eventually it'll all become one uniform shade and the dent will be gone. I've got several dollies I can use along with a wide face hammer. I don't want something that'll create dents as I'm working the panel. So instead of using this one, I think I'll use this one, situate it this way, right underneath this area, not too far in, just right here, and tap that down and see what happens. My arms are just long enough. So what I'm doing, I'm supporting the metal right in that spot. And when I'm hitting this, the metal is actually being pushed upward. If I just hit it without the dolly, I would actually increase that dent more. Notice I'm not hitting the dolly. I don't want to stretch the material. I just want to push it up. close. You don't want to put too much paint on here. Usually I do this without any guide coat and just work it that way. Now I'll bring you guys in. You can see that about 50% of that dent is gone. Okay, see as compared to before? We're actually, the scratches are coming inward there, there, as well as there. But we still have a significant dent in this spot. I'm going to turn to a slapper, kind of distribute the force over a wider or longer area. When I'm working the panel, I'm looking past the panel. I'm comparing this surface to this surface to this surface. And as I'm sighting them through, I can see the panel returning back to its original curvature as I'm working it. So we're still high there. I don't want to hit that. You hear the difference in sound? I was actually on the dolly. I told you I don't want to stretch. I just want to move the metal from here into there. Initially, I just tap it a little bit just to kind of get a feel for where the dolly is. I can't see through metal. That gives me an indicator. I'll touch the dolly. I won't hit it. I'll just tap it lightly, move the dolly, and then resume tapping. Okay, we're getting closer. There's two bright reflections happening here and here. I need to get those down. So what I did, I took the narrow part of the dolly, put it into the dark area, and tapped this side. And then I jumped over the other side of the dolly and tapped that down. And worked the metal, normalizing the surfaces. And we're getting close. I haven't got into this yet. I want to take care of this because this is the more significant damage here. I can take care of all this, but if I have this happening, this dish is not going to come up. Now I'm to the point where that dish is gone. I'm hitting the dolly all the way through. Just a little bit there and there. And that's pretty much disappeared. A little bit low there and something there. Even with gloves, I can feel it. Okay, let's work on that spot. Now this is where I'm going to work the outside perimeter to bring that up. Essentially lifting the hood up with my arm, giving it enough force, just tapping down. Make sure that when you have your dolly in place that it runs with the lines of the car. Don't put it this way because you could end up with a crease on either side because the hood curves this way as well. Okay. See, that's shrinking. That hole is moving towards the center. And when you say, how do you know how to attack this? It's experience. I've done thousands of dents, and it's just a matter of, like, by me talking, it's taking longer than it normally would. Then again, some dents you can chase them for 4 or 5 hours, depending on the complexity of the panel and where they are. Okay, we're down to about 15–20%, just a little bit there. I have a whisper of daylight underneath. I'd never pick it up on camera. You can see it through the paint, the film of the paint, the thickness. Feeling the overall surface. That area around the shaker scoop, I essentially did the same thing. There were a couple little lows, especially on the corners, and I worked them, brought them up by tapping the sides, working that up just the same way as we're doing this, and finished that off. So that's ready for the next stage, for us to develop the actual housing for the shaker that gets bolted to the engine. But we can do that later on when the car is in paint. This we have to address this so we can get this hood epoxy primered. So I got my crisscross scratches this way, and when I go back over them, I'm eliminating most of them. But there's a couple of deep ones right in there in this darker, shadowy area. Little low spot right there. I'm going to use the point and just place it there, because all this other metal is good. Okay, and for 99.9% of the population, that is ready for high build primer. That would take care of it. If anything, you might need a little glazing putty, the 2-part stuff, not the old pink stuff, because that stuff, that's old technology. So you could address it with that, and you can go ahead and finish your hood or whatever panel you're working on. I've got a shrinking disc, and that's going to remove the rest of this shadowy area by shrinking this little bit of material around the perimeter, pulling that up, and basically finishing it without any form of filler. Some guys use water to cool the metal. I don't want to introduce any water on the metal at this stage because I want to go into primer right after I've done this video. You can use compressed air. Here we'll just use a shrinking disc. It'll heat up the highs, allow the lows to come up, and the whole thing cools, and we'll be done. When I'm using the shrinking disc, if you decide to get one or if you have one and you haven't used it yet, I'm lifting most of the weight of the grinder up in my arms. I'm not allowing the shrinking disc, in this case, to push down too far. We don't want to create more damage. Yes, that's feeling really good. A little high here in the middle. It is a bit warm. We're going to let that cool off. Go grab a coffee, get a drink, come back, and check it with your sandpaper. A little bit high there, a little bit high there. So we're going to put the dolly in this darker area, here and here. Just tap, tap, and that should take care of it. Nick trap. Block of wood moved. All right, guys, that's all she wrote. No more dent. A little bit bright there because we've been sanding just that area and nowhere else. But you can see the scratches carry on into there and it's all level. Let's pass the DA over it, clean it up, and wrap this video up. As I was sanding this side, I noticed we have a similar style dent right there. There's a crease with a hole, and in that hole there's a bit of a scratch. So it's like somebody put something on this hood, something heavy, maybe a bumper when they were moving it around, who knows, and that caved that in. So we have to do the same thing we did over there, over here, except this time I'm not using a guide coat. I'm just going to take care of it and it'll be done. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.